Hey everybody, and welcome back to Supercard. Let's just get right into this. So my King of the Ring is over, and let's see how I did with this. I was worried I was gonna lose in the quarterfinals or something like that when there was like a whole bunch of network errors earlier. No one could get in. I couldn't energize my cards or anything. So as you can see, we were in the finals, so we will be getting a legendary card. But do we get an epic card too? And yes, we do. This is the guy that he beat me at the very beginning. I think I lost the first game to this guy, like, of the King of the Ring, and I'm telling you, I got lucky with divas, and I got lucky with other ways that it ended up going. So, I wouldn't mind getting something that will make a pro. I'd like to, or another diva. Um, I hope I get something good. Or a Seth Rollins. What do we get? Ah, okay, useless. Whatever. I don't care about Stardust. No, that's not going on Facebook. Please be a page? Okay, that's so now I have a Brie Bella, an ultra rare, epic, and legendary. I was kind of hoping for a right arrow diva. Right arrow diva. So at least they could tag with something. So I'm gonna start that tomorrow. There's no point in me starting one tonight. It's really no point, because I still need to work on my Ryback, the second one. I finished the first one earlier today. Now I just need to get that last one going. So, yeah, so far it's still been a breeze. Nothing close to losing, nothing like that at all. But now that I'm in Epic, getting closer to getting the card, I'm going to start picking the tag teams a little bit better. Just because I don't want to lose any matches that I could have avoided losing. Okay, and there we go. I was hoping I'd get a Seth Rollins just so I could pro it once I get the next card. And I think they changed the values of how many points you needed to get a card. I swear you needed something like 280 to get the Sting card when they first announced the Road to Glory. But I could just be wrong and imagined it. It wouldn't be the first time I've done something like that, but I'm pretty sure I saw it be like 280 points. I could just be going crazy, which, that's also believable. So I think this is the Ryback I need to work on. It's his ability is just not proccing. I think everything's over 20 right now, except for his ability. He was doing quite well when I started this Road to Glory. He was proccing more than any other card I have. Now that I'm actually using him to try and level him up, he's just not proccing, which is kind of frustrating. And I'm not too happy about that, because I want to get him as a pro before I start that King of the Ring tomorrow, because I'll be able to have a Bray Wyatt in there. I'm just hoping I have anything, really, just to give me the advantage so I can get as many legendary cards as I can, as quickly as I can, before everyone else starts getting a whole bunch. So maybe, I can try and push myself ahead of everyone else. And no proc for us, so we're not going to win that one. We've still got a good lead. Might lose this one. Look at that, we lost by 1. I don't bother to use supports in Road to Glory, because I always use them at the wrong time, so I just decided it's a hell of a lot easier just not to use them. I just always end up picking them wrong, so I just don't do that anymore. So something I didn't even notice until I think last night, the Sting event card is a left arrow. I think he's always been a down arrow, maybe an up arrow, I can't remember. But I know he's been one of the up or downs because you could tag with Roman Reigns. So he must have been a down arrow because Roman Reigns is up. And so that means he can tag with Seth Rollins, which that's interesting. I didn't think they would do that. But yeah, I don't understand how they pick the cards. Sometimes they're arrows. Like, I don't know why they changed Triple H's. I think he was fine as a left arrow because he could tag with Shawn Michaels. Now he can't. And Sting shouldn't be able to tag with, the guy he's feuding with right now for the world title. It's not like they, he's always been that way. They changed the arrow to work like that. So I don't know why they're doing that, unless, you know how for Season 1 we just had a string of right arrow cards for the Road to Glories. Maybe we're just going to have only left arrows now. And then we'll get that one, and then once they decide to give us our John Cena card, then we'll have a right arrow. Well, who knows, they could change it. They changed Batista's, which I can't remember why they did that. I never got the card, so I don't remember. I also remember Bad News Barrett's original speed stat was only like 2,800 or something like that, and then they buffed the hell out of him just the next day because it wasn't fair to everyone else. If he got demolished by Sting and Reigns because just because of that speed. That speed was just awful. So they boosted him up. He's still the worst in speed, but it was a lot better than being almost 1,200 points behind everyone else. But so far it's looking like they've got the balance right so far. So I just want to use some of the better cards that I have right away, because this guy does have over 6,500 games played, so I know he's got one of the legendary divas. So I just want to make sure I can get ahead as quickly as possible, so I can end up losing a few games. It doesn't seem like he's got epic pros though. I have gone against quite a few people with like double my games played, but they don't have as many epic cards or anything like that. Like, I've gotten very lucky with a lot of my epic cards. Like, I ended up getting pros, which really helped out a lot. Even earlier today I got an Ultimate Warrior, so I just need one more of those now, and that'll be another epic pro. I'm working on my Dean Ambrose soon to get those both up, and that's another epic pro. Once I get Triple H card, that's another epic pro. Just I've gotten very lucky with the epic cards I do have. So, and the John Cena, that was a People's Champion reward, so I am getting quite lucky with the cards I am getting. And not with my legendary cards though, other than the one pull for Ryback and my ladder reward being Bray Wyatt. I haven't been too lucky, and I guess Brie Bella as well. That's helped out a lot. I think that's a big reason I was able to do so well in the last King of the Ring. So I'm sorry if this light that's right here is a bit bothering. It's the only way without having the lamp that I have on beside, which I've been using, because that just blinds me, and I don't really want to deal with that bright light, especially at almost midnight, and I've got to be at work eventually tomorrow, and I'd like to go to sleep with eyes that aren't burnt completely. So I got my capture device today for my Xbox and all that stuff, so I'm going to be testing that out over the next couple of days, try and see what works, how to edit them properly, put them on YouTube, see if I can get some feedback, just that kind of stuff, just to make sure it's all working properly, because it's fun trying to learn how to use all this new equipment and all that stuff. So we will get a reset here. Please be something good. I would like to get something good on camera, but it seems to be I've pulled the enhancements the most on. How have I reached the card limit already? I didn't think I was able to do that yet. I thought I cleared everything out, but I guess not. We'll just go through this quickly. Let's just start leveling up the Stardust right away, because we've got nothing else to do with this right now. Let's just train him up. I'll put in the tokens and everything later once I figure out what I want to do with this card. So yeah, there's not much to say over this, just while we train cards. We've all done this hundreds of times. I'll actually only just go through the commons so we can get back to some gameplay, because I don't think you really want to see me just go through cards non-stop. Actually, we'll see how many cards that leaves us with, and then I'll decide. 28. So yeah, we should be good. And knowing my luck, I'll get a couple of enhancements here or there, so that just doesn't add on. So if we win these and all of them are superstars at the max, it's 18 cards. I think we're 22 away from the max, so this should be fine. Oh man, I'm tired. So yeah, I find with these longer videos, it can be tough for me to constantly find something relevant to keep bringing up. Like, the problem with a lot of these things is you've all played Road to Glory. A lot of you know how it's all done. There's nothing new I'm really showing you other than when I get new cards, that kind of stuff. The only thing is you can get an idea of what to expect later on in higher up in the tier. Like right now, I'm not doing too well. That was 2 epic pros in a row. From what I've been reading, the wall in this jumps up like out of nowhere. Like you'll be doing fine +10s out of nowhere, and then you just get slammed right back down to the +1s or +3s. That there's there's no acceleration, that's been an issue with this since Road to Glory came out. They haven't found a proper way to get this to work seamlessly. It's always been not all there. It's always been tough. It's either completely glitchy and it only stays to your tier the entire time, and that's how you're able to win, or it's just super hard, and as soon as you hit halfway through the tier below you, you start to get your ass kicked. So we lose that because Jack Swagger is completely useless. That's okay. I should have used... It didn't matter which card I used. So yeah, this is what I want to start getting now, is the legendary divas, just to kind of hopefully get a head start. Are you kidding me? I lose by 1. If I had done it the other way, it would have been fine. Oh, damn, I didn't realize we're actually losing. Now it's tied. So this is the closest out of all the games I've played so far. As you can see, the difficulties just kind of jumped. Last game, I think I won like 12-1 or something, and now all of a sudden I'm up 6-5. It's not much. Power toughness, let's just use the rock. Hopefully he doesn't have a pro. And so now if we get a tag team, we're guaranteed a victory. Let's just use this. Hopefully so we've won this. There's nothing wrong with tying in Road to Glory because you still get your it still classifies as a win. As long as it's a win, who cares? It does. I don't know if it does actually add a win or a loss, but you still get your 6 picks. You still get your, for me, +10. It doesn't really matter. Wins and losses don't matter in this. Granted, I will pick someone with a lot more losses than wins, or a lot more losses than me, and they've played less games than me. You bet your ass I'm picking that person to go after. Oh damn, I didn't realize. So we might actually end up hitting the card limit. But yeah, so there's going to be nothing new I'm going to be showing you in this other than cards and all that stuff. So that's why I said yesterday, I'm killing as much time as the Seth Rollins promo, because that's what they do to him now. They just they send him out there. They probably just give him one sentence and say, okay kid, make it go for 15 minutes. Like, I'll bring up his statue ceremony. I thought that was never going to end, and I think it went on so long Sting's paint started to come off his own face when they finally revealed him. I understand he's the world champion, but you can't have 20-minute monologues every single week. It's especially when there's nothing new to talk about. Less is more kind of thing. Like, how many times was Stone Cold sent out for a 25-minute promo? He was good in short bursts. He was never someone who could just keep talking and talking for a long time. The Rock could do that because he's The Rock. There's a reason he's in Hollywood. It's because he's able to do things like that. There was no stopping The Rock when he had a microphone in his hands. Of course, The Rock's not immune to it either. He could get boring as well, but just not that often, and it would take a lot longer for him to get boring, because The Rock was always able to come up with something to say at least. And so yeah, we're going to win this one. That puts us ahead, I think by 1, is it? So yeah, I realized playing on BlueStacks here, it takes a lot longer than playing, I don't know, let's say Of course he procs. Then playing on my phone, you hear a lot more clicking because that's me just trying to find the part where I can finally speed up, because man, it takes, Road to Glory takes a while on this. I think I'm going to change it to, I'm not going to be doing all 5. I'll still do all 5 for this episode because I'm already here. But I'm not going to be doing all 5 of them for future ones because, you know, these take a lot longer. They take a lot longer to render, all that kind of stuff. I just want to make sure, I just want to kind of make sure everyone's attention still goes. I don't want, you know, a couple minutes in and then you're like, oh, okay, well, you know, he said his piece, off I go to another video. Because I would like to interact with more people, but, you know, the comments aren't too active. But when they are, if it's something I'm able to reply to, I definitely check, and I'm going to say 95% of the time I will respond. There are the odd time I just don't end up seeing it, or there are some of them, if I try to reply, it doesn't give me the option to reply. It's really weird, so I just kind of say forget it. But do know, if you are commenting, I do see them. I do read them. I try to reply to a whole bunch of them if I can. There are times where I see it, but then something comes up when I'm at work, I'm busy, and then I just completely forget about it, and I'm sorry if that has happened. It's just, I get busy sometimes. So, we haven't seen anything yet, unless I've just missed it, that if this Sting card will be Ring Domination next week, which I hope to God it's not, because I don't like Ring Domination. Maybe I'll like it more for this next turn because I will have better cards, all that normal stuff. So maybe I will enjoy it a bit more. Speed, Charisma. Let's just use this. Oh damn, that Charisma actually gets up pretty high for the John Cena. Power Speed. Let's just use Ryback, but he doesn't proc for me, so that's unfortunate. Would have been better if I did it the other way now. Oh damn, I think I lose this one now. I think I lost that one. I'll find that usually happens as well. Times when I can win and I just decide, no, I want to level up this card instead. I end up losing completely just by, you know, something stupid like that. So hopefully this game just ends up getting filled with tag teams. We're going to lose this one here. We've got our Shawn Michaels. I just got to hope I don't draw too many of my legendary cards each time, because, you know, they can't beat any epic pros unless they horribly pro'd them. I've ran into a guy a couple of times on here who's got a Silver Star or Stone Cold. I don't know how you're playing Season 2 and proing cards incorrectly. It's one thing if you didn't know about the play levels. I can understand that. There's nothing wrong with that. But when, you know, the levels are completely wrong, like, I don't understand how that happens. So this guy does have both Undertakers, so hopefully he doesn't have them by the end of this Road to Glory, or at least I don't have to face him again when he's got both of them. So what's that? We up 5-4? Alright, I couldn't see. So let's just do this. Hopefully, yep, so we're definitely going to win this one. Doesn't matter how much they boosted by. And I believe that means we win. What are we at? 640? Yep, so we're going to win this one. There's no way we can lose. This just helps that we beat another one. And let's just get this out of the way. Damn, this guy's got good divas. That's all I need now is just the Epic Pro Divas and Legendary Divas. I've always had trouble with the Divas. I think while I was in Survivor tier, when that first came out, my best card was like an Epic Pro AJ or something, or like a Legendary Pre, something like that. Yeah, I've always had trouble with the Divas. That's just how it goes for me. I usually have good luck with the Superstars, just not so much the Divas. Do we get a reset? No, so no good card pulls this time. It's whatever. That's a bout that's recharged. I'm going to forget about it. I just want to thank you all for watching. Please take care.